serial rapist from Bulawayo was jailed for 232 years by a Bulawayo magistrate after he was convicted of 16 counts of rape.
Prosper Bule, 30, started his misdeeds, if you can call them that, in 2018, which continued into 2022 when he was arrested. According to state papers, out of the 16 victims, 13 of those were juveniles.
Wow.
Right, guys, there's so much to unpack here. I think, first of all, of course, rape, the way that this person is raped, 232 years, it almost seems like it isn't long enough, doesn't it? Particularly when 13 of those are minors. But honestly, the increase in this family members raping relatives, particularly people with disabilities, those who are more vulnerable, those who really don't know what's going on, I'm actually shocked. I don't know what to say. I haven't seen such an upsurge like this in forever, to be honest.
It's disheartening because, you know, the family unit is supposed to be one of the safest spaces that you have. And you can imagine the trauma that person, the victim, is going to have to deal with for the rest of their lives. But I think it's also something that we, as family, have to be very aware of. And I remember growing up, there used to be this ad that used to go on about Uncle John, who was like a close family member. So I don't think it's a new phenomenon, but I think we just need to be vigilant and aware, because I think there's this blind trust that we give because somebody is family, but usually you can sort of pick up on sort of inappropriate behavior.
Okay, I have a question, okay, and this is something maybe something we need to deal with as a society. Surely cases of rape, particularly against more vulnerable or disadvantaged, particularly against children, I get the feeling they should not be held at village court level. I don't think that village court should be allowed to hear those cases. I think they need to move out of there and immediately go to the magistrate's court or wherever they're supposed to go. The village court should have nothing to do with them. They should deal with more community-related stuff, more softer stuff, if I can call it that.
And I think that's what the NPA is sort of hinting at here, that, you know, we can't have this kind of heinous crimes being dealt with at family court. I mean, that's like it's very, very compromised. And I don't know if they have the capacity to be able to do
all
the training.
In the midst of all of that, like you're saying, train your children to know how to speak out. Because I do know that a lot of perpetrators, they are relatives, and they'll say, and then they become scared. So it's a good thing to teach your children not to be afraid of something like that. Teach them that if somebody touches you inappropriately, you quickly say something.
I mean, you know, I was speaking to a chief actually a couple of weeks ago, and one of the things he said was shocked me, is that the village heads of the village courts do not get any type of training at all. Can you believe this? They get no legal training at all. It's just that I'm the chief, so I'm the guy who goes and sits in charge. But I don't get training about any of the things, about some of the laws that I'm supposed to look at, some of the punishments. So what can happen at village court? And he admitted this, the chief. What can happen, of course, is fine you 20 cattle. The cattle goes into my corral, and everything is over, and good luck to you. And it's wrong. Guys, you need to report rape cases to the police. The people who rape victims, who rape innocent children, juveniles, they must be arrested. And if they're guilty, they must go to jail. It's as simple as that. Do not sweep it under the rug by going to family or village courts. No, please stop doing that.
The 2024 Castle Premier Soccer League will kick off as planned. This is according to Farajiri, the PSL chairman. It's scheduled to kick off this weekend, and you're saying even if ZIFA failed to resolve the Eastern region dispute between Bikita Minerals and Tenex, they will kick off, and those two teams, whichever one gets promoted, will have to play catch-up. There was an update over the weekend, ZIFA handing over that hearing to a disciplinary committee just to look at the decision-making made by the ZIFA Eastern region. A decision hearing was held on Saturday. A decision, we're yet to get information on that, so we'll keep tabs on that, but hopefully it will be before the season kicks off this weekend. But this is what the Premier Soccer League chairman, Farai Jere, had to say should a decision not be made.
Because remember, what you're talking about is a third-party issue, which we don't have control over really as the Premier Soccer League. What we are going to do is we are going to continue with our league, and that will be an outstanding fixture. So we are not going to stop because, you know, when we get into these sponsorships, we have got timelines. A sponsorship has got timelines, and our sponsors, they've also have got expectations, like when the league is going to start, when are you going to stop? And the reason why we had called for an early kickoff, it's because our clubs are going to participate in the continental showcase, and also the national team is now back. So we didn't want now to have disruption in the fixture, or whereby we start playing games when other players are out of the country and we disadvantage them. So that's something which we are trying to work on. But we are not going to stop our league kickoff of the league matches because of that. But with the way we are working with the chairperson of the normalization committee, they are definitely giving it a priority. It will be a resolved issue come first week of March.
Konapo Konapo, Ipapo Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294.